Every year, thousands of Hindu devotees come to visit the sacred Kailash Parvat and Manasarovar Lake, situated in the China's autonomous region of Tibet, from across the globe, especially neighboring country India via Nepal. It has so many high mountains, and it is also the source place of many rivers like Brahmaputra, Indus, Ganga, Mekhang, Yangtze, Huanghe, and so on. Most of the pilgrims travel to China's autonomous region Tibet via Nepal's route because it is the shortest and easiest. On arrival at Tribhuvan International Airport, then guests are transferred to hotel with best accommodation provisions. In the evening time, pilgrims are taken to Pashupatinath temple for Arati Darshan. They are well guided by religious guide who clarifies them about the importance of the temple, Arati, and to have divine view of Lord Pashupatinath. The currently appeared Pashupatinath has been mentioned in the Veda, sacred scriptures of the Hindus, while other Jyotirlinga has been mentioned only in the mythological books. Next day, pilgrims are taken to have divine view or darshan, the place of tallest Shiva idol Sangha, and Doleshwar Mahadev. This temple is under construction and it is regarded as the head of Lord Kedarnath. Then, pilgrims are taken back to their hotel for a meal and to take some rest. We move to Tribhuvan International Airport to fly to Nepalganj. From Kathmandu, it is 1 hour flight to reach Nepalganj. Then they are taken to hotel for dinner and night stay. Nepalganj is at an altitude of 150 meters above sea level. Next morning, after having breakfast, pilgrims are taken to Nepalganj Airport to fly towards Simikot via small twin otter. It is about 1 hour flight. Travelers may face high altitude sickness, so they spend one night at Simikot. There are fine lodges and hotels for yatri or tourists. Next morning, after having breakfast, we move to the airport and fly in a helicopter for 25 minutes to reach Hilsa Bazaar. We can observe beautiful naked hills, slopes, steeps, and Karnali River. It is a small market situated at the bank of Karnali River. There is a suspension bridge at Karnali River that divides Nepal and Tibetan part in its two opposite sides. Every day, hundreds of Kailash pilgrims travel from Simikot to Hilsa and vice versa via helicopter. We reach to Tibetan part after crossing Karnali Bridge, where our Tibetan guide and vehicle will be waiting for escorting us to Kailash Manasarovar. We are going to stay our night at a place called Taklakot, also known as Purang. We stay for 2 nights at this place to adjust ourselves in that climate. Then we proceed towards Manasarovar Lake, inspecting beautiful views of Rakshas Lake or Devil Lake on the way, and having divine view of Kailash Parvat. We reach to Chiu Monastery nearby Manasarovar Lake at around 2 hours. Most of the Kailash pilgrims want to reach Manasarovar Lake in full moon day. It takes 2 hours from Taklakot to reach Manasarovar Lake. The lake is very beautiful. We cannot identify the other part of the lake by our bare eyes. Ducks are playing and swimming in the edge of the lake. Manasarovar Lake, also known as Brahma's Lake or Mapam Yumtso Lake, is situated at an elevation of 4,850 meters above sea level. The word Manas means mind or consciousness, and Sarovar means lake. It has held deep spiritual influence and wide religious implications among Hindus and Buddhists. Making round of the lake and taking a dip in it is believed to purge one's soul from sins and the body from sickness. This lake is so gigantic that it takes 3 full days to just go around its peripheries. Ancient Hindu scriptures indicate this lake as a must-visit place for someone who wants to attain salvation, the highest level of achievement in Hindu religion. The cascading waves of the lake in the wind look very charming. Kailash Parvat is situated about 58 kilometers far in the north from Manasarovar Lake. Next day, in the morning, pilgrims are going to Manasarovar Lake riding on the bus or walking from the guest house or mud houses. Pilgrims are seen taking holy dip into the lake, offering water, flowers, money to the god. All the pilgrims are seen meditating for Lord Shiva and reciting the names of their ancestral gods, performing homes, offering grains mixed with butter to the fire in the name of gods, in order to relieve themselves from any kind of sins which they might have committed knowingly or unknowingly. After bathing at Manasarovar Lake, we return back to hotel riding on bus. Pilgrims now are heading towards Darchen, and we stop for a while in front of Chiu Monastery and observe Kailash Parvat, Manasarovar and Rakshas Lake. Rakshas Lake lies in the west to Manasarovar Lake. It is situated at an altitude of 4,540 meters above the sea level. In Manasarovar Lake, there are many birds, including ducks, but in Rakshas Lake, there are any birds at all. Now we are going towards Darchen. Darchen is also known as the Golden City, located at the base of Kailash Parvat. Today, we are preparing for Kailash circumambulation or Kora. We get into the bus and move towards Yamadwar, observing Darchen city. It takes 20 minutes for Blue Bus to reach there, as it is at the distance of only 7 kilometers. This place is also known as Tarboche. Getting off from the bus at Yamadwar, all the pilgrims are offering to Lord Shiva. Then we moved around the Yamadwar for 3 times. According to Hindu religion, this place is known as the gate of the god of death, Yamadwar. From here, physically disabled pilgrims distantly pay homage to Kailash Parvat and return home because the visit of Yamadwar is believed to get equally religious gain as they do for Kailash Parvat itself. Journey on foot begins from Yamadwar. This path, trail, is somehow busy with pilgrims, horses, local potters, yaks, and Nepali workers. The sacred religious place Kailash Parvat is located on the height of 6,714 meters above sea level. This region is supposed to be at the most pure religious place. The total periphery of Mount Kailash is 53 kilometers and pilgrims should walk 38 kilometers within 3 days. As described in Hindu myth, a person who moves around the Kailash Parvat will be free from all the sins made in lifetime. We start our journey for 3 days from Yamadwar. The necessary stuffs were carried by yaks, porters, and horses. Those who need horses and porters have to request Tibetan guide at least 2 days earlier for booking. Those who can't walk on their foot can visit it riding on horse as well. From Yamadwar, we go to Tading Jongkhang after 3 hours walking through the bank of Lachu River for a lunch spot. The western face of Kailash Parvat is clearly seen from here. Below the Parvat, we can see a huge stone of portrayed elephant shape, which is also called Airavat. It is believed God Indra rode on it. After 2 hours long walk, we can reach to Dirapuk. There is a Dirapuk monastery situated on the edge of Lachu River. The name of this place is given from the name of monastery itself. This monastery is located on the height of 4,900 meters above sea level. The scene of Kailash from here is like the heaven. Hundreds of pilgrims arrive at Dirapuk from Yamadwar riding on the horse or on their foot. Kailash Parvat is regarded as the form of Lord Shiva, and the water flowing from its snowy tip is worshipped as holy river Ganges or Ganga. Walking for about 3 hours steep upward, we can reach at the bottom of this holy mountain. This is called Kailash Touch Tour. It means religiously touching the feet of Lord Shiva. Mount Kailash can be observed more beautifully from the side of this monastery. Observing from Dirapuk, Mount Kailash is seen in between Mount Manjushri at the right side and Mount Bajrapani on the left side. River Ganges, originated from Mount Kailash, meets Lachu River and gets mixed into Rakshas Lake. Today, we have to go for Dolmala or Dormala Pass, 5,636 meters, and the weather is also suitable. So, after breakfast, we move towards Dolmala or Dormala Pass, following our Tibetan guide. After 1.5 hour walking from Dirapuk, we arrived at Shivasthal. Here, people can offer old clothes. The normal route for Kailash circumambulation is through Ganesh Kunda, Dolmala or Dormala and Gauri Kunda. This scene is of Dormala Pass. This is on the height of 5,636 meters from the sea level. This is the tallest and most exciting place of our journey. People can worship here. Our pilgrims are busy in capturing photographs. In this pass, people may suffer from headache and vomiting, but it becomes normal as soon as they climb down. After walking down for 10 minutes, we can see Gauri Kunda. According to one legend, Lord Shiva is believed to have taken bath together with his consort Parvati at Gauri Kunda. Walking steep downward for about 1 hour from Dormala Pass or Dolmala Pass, we reach to Sapchidatok. Pilgrims riding horse should walk the distance from Dormala Pass to Sapchidatok as the way is quite difficult and steep. There are 3 tiny tea shops at Sapchidatok where we relax with a sip of tea and also drink water. After resting for some time, we again move forward. The route after this is straightforward and we can also ride horse from here. 3 hours of walking takes us to Juthulpuk, that is known as the least facilitated place of this journey. This is the second day of our circumambulation. On the next day, we begin to move early in the morning after having our breakfast. After walking for 3 hours, we reach to Chongdo. Our trekking ends from this place, as we can travel by vehicles from here. Unloading all our stuffs from the yak, we farewell the caretakers of yak and reach Darchen. After taking our day meal, we proceed towards Manasarovar Lake. Pilgrims fetch sacred water of Manasarovar and move forward. We follow the same way. We stop at Taklakot or Hilsa for a night stay. Next day, after having our breakfast, we move towards Hilsa. It is 1 hour journey of 15 kilometers. From Hilsa, 25 minutes helicopter flight takes us to Simikot, from where we get into a twin otter and fly for 1 hour to reach Nepalganj. Again, in the evening, we take flight from Nepalganj to Kathmandu, that is, of 1 hour duration. Pilgrims are transferred directly to hotel from Kathmandu Airport, and next day they are taken to Tribhuvan International Airport for final departure. This is how Kailash tour by helicopter terminates.